What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to part 5 of the Civ 5 AI only as Japan. We've got 3 civs left, fighting it out, and first of all, we're going to have a quick look at some of the info addicts. I know there's a collective groan from those who don't like them. We're only going to look at a few that are specific to, the fact that by the end of this episode, at the pace we went last time, there's a very good chance we might be down to 1 civ. I don't know, it went very quickly last time. So I'm just going to look at like military size, production, technology, probably about it. So there you go, production, both Japans that are still surviving, pretty close, and there's a big drop to the Ainu in third, which is something to take note of. Economy, big lead for Meiji Japan, then Hideyoshi's Japan's a bit lower than the Ainu, but all of them fine, no concerns there. Land, there's a bit of a gap there, but here you go, military, Hideyoshi's Japan leads the way. They definitely turn that one around. The Ainu in second. I wonder what percent of their populations. Okay, not that many. These are some big numbers. Never mind. I thought it might have been close for the Ainu, but I remembered their cities are all huge. Some of them, there's more than one city now. Well, there is one at 40, and I think there's some getting quite close to 40 as well. And Meiji Japan is actually last in military manpower. And then there's my little submarine. Technologies, Ainu with 74, and then the Japan's at 70 and 69. And I think that's about all we need to see, to be honest, in terms of the domination victory. But we'll keep going now. Just keep hitting the button. Just keep going. We got through like 130 turns last episode, so it could be nearly 550 by the time this one's done. And it kind of, I don't know, it gets quicker with less civs, so it may actually speed up, weirdly enough, because there's less, and it's a small map. If it was a large map, that probably wouldn't be the case. Also, no one's filled all the tiles with units just yet, which is normally the thing that slows it down. But there we go, Meiji finally completes the Manhattan project. That feels a bit late compared to some of the other civs, but they get it done. They pieced out, didn't they? So there is peace at the moment between the Japans, and the Ainu stayed out. They have 2 cities approaching 40 population, and Kagoshima here. And this one's 33, so this is a very densely populated region of Japan. And then again 20, 30, 32, 45, 8 that's so funny, isn't it? There's just an 8 and then it's back to 8, high teens, 28, 30 again. There are some small cities out there. 8 is the only single digit one though. The rest, is there any third? There's a 29 down here, but yeah, the north is certainly very heavily populated in this world. Kind of awkward, right? Imagine, what if we don't get a war all episode? Repealing of world ideology freedom and the banning of nukes by Meiji Japan. That could be a big one. They do not have any, unless they just built some in like a few turns. That would be, it passed. Okay, so you can't build nukes. They literally just sacrificed themselves, because the other 2 already have some. They won't be able to build any replacements, but that does limit the amount. I saw 4 there, but, oh no, there's 6. There you go, 6 in total, unless I've missed some more somewhere. But there we go. Freedom was not passed though, or was not repealed, so the world ideology stays as freedom as Meiji Japan completes the Hubble's telescope. And there we go, second time around between the Japans. Here we go, Ainu will watch again in the north, but this time both of them will have even more advanced units. There's going to be even more damage, quicker. You can actually see multiple cities along the coast, east coast, under attack. And yep, Yonezawa here is already in a bit of trouble. And, here we go. Oh, they just missed out that turn, but next turn I think Hideyoshi Japan will take that city. And there's less fighting in the south, there's less units down that way. Oh, it's very close. But this city has taken the brunt of it so far. Ooh. And there it is, it falls to Hideyoshi's Japan. They retake that. I think that was the city they traded. They owned it before and lost it to gain Hatta. But this time they get it. And it looks like they might get Nagoya here as well. That would be big. That would be really important. If they were to take this. There's a few more forces defending it than there was that other city. But there we go. Nagoya falling to Hideyoshi Japan in the north. And now Tokyo is pretty isolated. The rest of Meiji's cities are in the south now. As Nagoya falls both ways. But yeah, Tokyo a bit exposed all of a sudden. It would be so sad to see one of the biggest cities we've ever seen go. I think we've had one that was definitely bigger that I can remember that was like ridiculous from the Samoans in a world map. It was like 56 or something ridiculous because they must have got extra food from ocean tiles and they only had ocean tiles, so it's just ridiculous. But I don't know how they kept the happiness on that. Why are you not using all these submarines? I mean, they wouldn't actually be too useful, but here they could do a job. Embargo fails, gold ban fails. They actually retook Yonezawa. So there we go. If the Ainu was to join, that could be a tipping point. They still have some atomic bombs there. Did I swear they had 4 planes that just completely disappeared, but no. Still no nuke usage, which is nice. I mean, they're very precious now. You can't rebuild them. And there's no missiles either, so it's all just atomic bombs. This world has limited, I would say limited its destruction. There is a lot of fighting going on right now. Gonna ignore that said culture victory contender with 2 more civs converted. There's only 3, or taken out. There's only 3 left, so all of them are in that position. Funnily enough, as Yonezawa here falls back to Hideyoshi, Japan, and Tokyo is, or at least outskirts of Tokyo, and its important manufacturing districts and pastures have been pillaged. Its trade depots, its mines, customs house, all being pillaged. As we speak, are you going to pillage that manufacturing? No. They're sending workers in on the front line. Not sure about that one. In the south there seems to be lots of damage bubbles, but no cities seem to be hurt. Even the units seem to be okay. Delegates embargo the Ainu. You're just trying to create more enemies, Meiji Japan. Well, I guess you have enough votes. It's 10 v 10, so I guess nothing's going to pass unless... Depends how they split the votes, so it's kind of strategic right now. Because, yeah, the other 2 have 10 between them, but once you split them across categories, that could go wrong. Again, world ideology, freedom was passed. It says repeal, yeah, it was repealed. So the world ideology is not freedom anymore. But the Ainu was embargoed by 1 vote. So there we go. I think Meiji Japan actually got both their wishes there, because I don't think they're the freedom civ, are they? Oh wait, maybe they... Okay, this is hard to tell. I don't know which one's the freedom one. Is it in here? Freedom... Oh, it is Meiji Japan. Okay, so they lost their freedom bonuses, but they did gain. They did manage to embargo the Ainu, but that just means they also are embargoed, technically, because they're at war and have no one to trade with. But there we go, we get a peace deal. They just got away with it down here in Satsuma. And they also kept Yonezawa, but yeah, again, losing Nagoya... Not great, so again, they did lose that one, but it may be a slower death for them. Just have to keep clicking till the next war starts. Modern armor unit there, that's pretty advanced. Missile cruiser. If you want to see advanced, I did see XCOM squads up here already, so I assume they have everything. Although a lack of oil is probably present. As you can see, there's no oil requiring units there. Meiji is now going to try and embargo the other Japan, which again means pretty much everyone just won't... They'll all be dependent on their own economies. That actually failed, so I think Ainu... No, Ainu can't trade with anyone, so these 2 can trade with each other if they choose to do so. I don't see any cargo ships right now, because I'm guessing they were all destroyed in that war. Unless... Yeah, it's only the Ainu who are actually trade embargoed. Who was that? Who's repealing nuclear non-proliferation? Hideyoshi's Japan. They've changed their mind. That's quite funny. Meiji still has the highest score, but they have a lot of wonders. And I think they have the dominant religion as well, so those both will boost that up quite a bit. This city is actually starved a little bit, and this one's grown. Big Ben completed by the Ainu as well. Oh, there you go. They have some jet fighters now to better defend themselves, if necessary. They've been kind of left alone, though, at the top of the map for now. With the Japans focusing on their rivalry with each other. Where I saw a cargo ship, and I've lost it. Oh, there it is. They are trading with each other again. Or maybe this is just the early effort from Hideyoshi to just bring in some money. Maybe they've accepted they have to trade with each other to do that. Nope, there we go. War number 3. Those cargo ships instantly dead. Well, I say dead, they disappeared. There is some internal routes, that's about it. But here we go then. Round 3. They both had some time to rebuild. Obviously that sort of favours the Civ with higher production. Nuclear non-proliferation did get repealed, so nukes can be built again. Meiji Japan, that doesn't sound good for you. I feel like they might not have much uranium if they were trying to repeal it in the first place. They didn't even go down the mutually assured destruction route. They didn't even build any for themselves. They just tried to get it banned. And here we go, Satsuma, yeah, is going to fall very quickly. I think they spotted it was weak last time, and they've really nailed in on it this time, with little to defend it as well. Boom, there we go, another city for Hideyoshi's Japan. Yonezawa could be next, and then there is no cities at all close. Now yeah, Meiji's now just pushed into the south, and that just leaves Tokyo in the north. And if they were to get Tokyo, that would be huge for Hideyoshi's Japan. Very valuable, 46 pop. The Air Force of Meiji Japan is here. Their last few units, a lot of their naval units are around here. This would be big, but they're going to have to put in a lot of work, and so far... Okay, I just saw that number. That might not even be feasible. That is a terrifying 269 city defense. I'm not sure you could actually hit that with a plane without a plane dying. I'm not even sure. So that may be a lot tougher than we may never see this fall. I think that might be the highest number I've ever seen. Don't know, maybe not, but that seems ridiculously high. But they have pulled up a bit of an air force, 9 planes. One of the Japans was embargoed. It doesn't matter which one, they can't trade with each other at the moment, and obviously now it just means there's only 3, so even 2 of them being embargoed is enough to mean that no one can trade with anyone. So just running each other's economies into the ground. Oh, but there is a tax down here if Tokyo's not going to fall. These cities are also pretty high in defense, though. They're all 200 plus, which is not fun. And they don't even have a unit in them. Normally, if you put a unit in, it goes up, so that's terrifying. Maybe that's 280. Though that is something else for Tokyo. All these submarines are here. I mean, they don't do much. They stop anyone getting in the water, but that's about it. Here we go. This, I thought it was going to go well, but this is pretty brutal. These units in the sea will be getting picked off pretty easily. I'd be careful with them if I was Hideyoshi Japan. I've now had so many comments about how we pronounced Husegui, and multiple comments suggesting different ways, so I think it's a good job they're just not around anymore. Avoid any issues there. I don't know who's correct. We can live in a world where you're all correct and I won't check. I think that works for everyone. Delegates, nuclear non-proliferation again. That's not sure if they'll get it passed. I don't know if any new ones were built. I haven't been counting. I haven't seen any used. It did pass anyway, mainly because the other Japan was desperate to not see silver banned. So I don't know if they built, like I said, they look like they still have the same 4 they originally had, so there might be a uranium cap, or not cap, but you know, there's only so much on the map. Well, this is a fierce fighting. Tokyo is absolutely wrecked. I don't know how it stayed at 46 population. I guess they're just sort of eating lots of seafood. Oh no, there's some wheat farms here, but 10 food. I mean, for 46 you need a ridiculous amount of food, and so much of this city has been pillaged. The efforts failed in the south. I mean, the Ainu, they're just holding off at the moment. I don't know if they have the numbers. Do you have enough to do something interesting? Like, they are just not getting involved. They actually have the biggest military right now. Maybe this is their plan. Someone did comment and said, hope they sort of wait in the corner and then wait for the other 2 to weaken themselves. They're not stronger than them combined, but they are stronger than them individually, so they could certainly have an impact. If they attacked Hideyoshi now, up here in the north, that would be interesting, because that would give Meiji a fighting chance to come back. So a lot of Meiji's numbers were submarines, so I don't know how strong you want to rate them. These units cannot defend. All they can really do is defend Tokyo from a naval invasion. They can't defend it anywhere else. Oh no, they've come back to this city as well. That's rough. Oh god, they're definitely going to take that. Oh, so close. Maybe this turn. Unembargo Japan. You're at war with them. Oh, maybe that's himself. There we go. Izaku has fallen. Still no siege on Tokyo. It's not even started yet. They could... I don't even know if the nuke planes would survive. That might be why they're not doing it. Potentially. Or maybe they just don't want to. Maybe they're just defensive. They do become very important, I guess, when... Maybe they're to defend from the Ainu. Maybe that might be why, actually. They're not using them. Discourage anything. Turn 500. We are flying through. Meiji actually got this city back. That's good for them. I'm not sure how long that will last, but well done, guys. Good job. Oh, never mind. I'm genuinely more interested to see if the Ainu joins in. They now have a 40 population city as well. 38, 37, 41. If they all get to 40, that would be impressive. Got some big population numbers. Yeah, 120 million, 94 million, 85 million. Huge. That's pretty crazy to think there's 85 million people on this little bit in the north part of Japan in this world. And then there's, another 200 on the rest of it. There's still lots of fighting, but again, no sieges. They're not particularly easy, I guess. This is a lot of island sort of hopping you'd have to do in the south. Meiji seems to have the naval supremacy still with those submarines, although they're running a bit low on them now. Tokyo is starved down to 40 population, so it's not as good as it was. And yeah, there's definitely seems to be less of those submarines sort of prowling, which is not good for Meiji. These cities are at 35 as well, so there's going to be even more potentially hitting the 40 mark before the end, assuming they don't fall to someone else again. Culture victory threat, Japan, yeah, that's not going to happen. Unless you get a lot of culture. Okay, here it seems to be beginning. They're throwing things at it. This might be the turn we start to see the siege begin. They're certainly starving the city down. Japan was embargoed, but the Ainu were unembargoed. Might open up some options for both sides to trade with the Ainu. Wait, unless one of them was still banned. Oh no, still no trade with both Japans, never mind. The Ainu are free, but no one else is. They're really playing them. They're just letting them fight it out and watch. But here we go, Tokyo for the first time. I think it was... Oh, they're... Okay, what did you just do to that? Did they just nuke their own troops? How did it drop from here to here? It can't have been two mechanized infantries attacking that did that. And one stealth bomber, right? They still have their nukes. I have no idea how they did that, but that finally seems to be getting the job done, so I won't say anything. Maybe it is just sheer force here. That one rocket artillery can't, or two rocket artilleries can't be doing that much. Maybe they can, but... Oh, there's a third one here, I guess, if that can shoot over the mountain. Oh, here we go, Tokyo. If they kill a unit in the way, it should fall. Not this turn. 789 tourism in Tokyo alone. That is insane. But it is now owned by Hideyoshi, which means Meiji is pushed to the south. Big grab there for Hideyoshi's Japan. It's going to take something special to stop them. I think Ainu need to do something now. Like, they can't keep waiting. If they attack right now, Maybe them and Meiji sort of split it from either side and meet in the middle, and then we go again. But if not, I would say it looks like we might know which way this is going, and it becomes just a matter of waiting for them to do it. Note that there's not been a peace deal yet, so those units are probably going to all flood down south now to focus on these cities. I just hope we might get 2 peaceful ones. We may get to a point where like Hideyoshi and Ainu just never attack each other. But that is going to be it for this episode. What a big one, the fall of Tokyo. We got a title for it. That's what we like to see. But anyway, thank you so much for watching. If you have enjoyed, be sure to leave a like and a comment down below. Be sure to subscribe as well if you are new to the channel. And I'll see you in the next one.